All right, there we go.
We're rolling?
We're rolling, baby.
All right. Just pause for room tone. And let's go. Hi, everyone. Hello, world. Welcome to episode 24 of Preparing to Podcast.
Wow.
Coming to you live from Studio Chuck.
Studio Chuck. Yes.
Joining me, as always, we got Charles Byrne.
Yes, Charles Carlisle. Actually, it's Charles Carlisle Byrne.
Carlisle Byrne, yeah,
is the legal name. Although if anybody ever contacts me and asks for Charles Carlisle Byrne, no habla.
No habla.
No habla at all, because that person is up to no good. That person represents a government or some sort of corporation to which I owe
Someone
money
who
to.
you're not friends with. The Charles and Edward show has a very different tone and expectation.
You're an Edward? You're an Edward?
Yeah, I'm obviously an Edward.
What's your middle name?
Francis.
Francis, really?
Technically Saint Francis, but...
Which Saint Francis? This is very critical.
Assisi.
Wow.
Is there another one?
Yes, there's Saint Francis Xavier and Saint Francis of Assisi. Yeah. And my confirmation saint is Saint Francis of Assisi.
Huh.
He was the animals dude.
Yeah, he's the animal guy.
He's the animal guy.
I've been asked multiple times if I would like to come down to an animal blessing.
Yeah?
And I've always declined.
Do they is it like I guess you just bless an animal, you don't baptize an animal, because they can't really, if they can't contribute to the church, why be a member?
They can't sin.
They can't sin.
I mean, cats can sin, but dogs are just living their lives.
Cats can sin.
Cats
That's
are
true.
90% sin.
If you've ever watched a cat push something off a shelf.
It's nothing but sin.
Yeah.
Those
that is El Diablo sitting on the cat's shoulder.
God.
Just fucking do it, man. Just fucking push it.
It's not even Diablo. It's Diablo on both shoulders being like, yeah, push it harder. Do it.
No. You don't push it harder. Push it slower. Right?
And then maintain eye contact with the person.
Eye contact.
Say goodbye to Grandma's urn. Say goodbye.
I will fall into a rabbit hole of cats pushing things, like just cats being jerks on the internet. I'm a very big fan of that. I'm a big fan of dogs being woken up with like a treat in front of their nose. I like that.
I can get woken up with a treat in front of my nose.
And I like the cats pushing things off a shelf. Yeah, and soldiers coming home to hug their kids. I like that. I like that. Hey, 10 minutes of that, you cry it all out. You can keep cramming down your anger for the next couple of weeks.
That does nothing to me.
No, it does nothing.
No, soldier coming home and their dog realizing it's them, that gets me excited. But just your kid?
Oh. No, because I've had a couple of like reuniting moments with my kids. And it is a wonderful moment like period as a human being, when someone on the other side of a room recognizes you, lights up like a Christmas tree, and then just runs across the room falling apart because they're so happy to see you.
But it's more fun when they've got a tail and they're wagging it at you.
Yeah, but it doesn't have the same, that's a low bar, right? Like my dog does that every time I see my dog.
Yeah. So your kids need to step it up.
Well, the level of expectation, I'd have to be away for a while at this point for my kids to be excited. Or I'd have to be coming home from a trip with like large bags of things for them
treats.
That they're excited about.
Everyone responds to treats.
Everybody does respond to treats.
Everyone loves some treats.
It's been a big week.
Lots of stuff has gone down. We survived our first long weekend of the so-called summer.
The Victoria Day. Yeah. Is it still Victoria Day?
It is to me.
It is to me as well.
But I'm an ardent monarchist, so
it's
a lie. It's 100% a lie.
Now, do they do it in Quebec, or do they do something else in Quebec? Is it like,
they must do something else?
Saint Luc de Brossard or something,
They do the Saint Jean Baptiste Day, which is why I always remember my dad's birthday.
Your dad's birthday is, what is that, August?
June 24th.
June 24th.
That's why his middle name is Saint John.
Okay. Because I know that it seems to be across the country, it's all Victoria Day.
Or something.
Well, because in August, the August one the August long weekend at the beginning of August is kind of different. It's BC Day in BC. It's Simcoe Day in Ontario.
Which no one ever refers to it as Simcoe Day.
What do they refer to it as?
The August long weekend.
it's the no frills off brand August long weekend.
We just wanted a day off. We don't care.
It's one of those long weekends where most people who are taking time off are like nobody's planning on going into work on that Monday anyway. No. Yeah, it's too hot. beginning of August, the heat sets in. It's brutal. Although it's a little bit sticky today in Toronto, while we're recording.
A wee bit.
And the last day and a half has been, I don't know if I want to call it nice. It's been warmer. It's felt more like spring.
It's been in the high 20s, 27.
Yeah, 27.
I had shorts on unironically.
But the problem is we haven't had any
Spring?
days where low 20s.
Yeah.
Low 20s is where I love to operate as a human being, right? It's
room temperature.
Yeah, I'm a big fan of room temperature. It's nice enough that I don't need an extra layer. Not so nice that I have to stay out of direct sunlight to prevent, pits. The sweaty armpits and whatnot.
That's why you can never wear your hypercolor shirts.
Well, yeah, exactly.
And also, it's not the 90s.
I have to pick my fabrics very carefully. I have discovered, because I'm wearing the corduroy on stage, I have discovered that if the room is just slightly too warm, that it is going to be a flop sweat kind of show.
Yeah, I made the mistake of putting on a feather boa, thinking it would be this will be fun. And I was like, oh, God, these are
very insulating.
These are hot.
Yeah. It's a good winter. I'm surprised you don't see more of them in the wintertime then.
Boas?
Yeah.
Yeah, they do blow around a bit too much, though. They're not practical winter wear.
That kind of gives it a winter flurry feel, right? I don't know. I think maybe we've stumbled onto something, the new boa-based scarves.
Yeah, stop putting feathers inside your coats and just put them into a decorative thing to hang around your neck.
The flamingo.
Yes.
Yeah. Birds seem to be warm, right? We've got plenty of extra pigeons. We could pluck the pigeons and do something with that. Gross. Why aren't we making pigeon hats?
Because they're disgusting.
But not...
A hat made out of garbage?
Why are they disgusting? I don't think pigeons
have you looked at them? Everything about them is gross.
Well, everything about where a pigeon lives,
poor man's doves.
And I would say underneath a pigeon, where a pigeon lives, is disgusting, because with all the poop, the constant poop, they're not worried about their poop, because there's a lot of pigeons in my apartment building, or around my apartment building. But I will say that the pigeons themselves seem to be very tidy and clean.
I don't know. I just get tired of watching horny pigeons in the...
Oh, do pigeons fuck?
Oh, yeah,
I guess they must. There's a lot of pigeons.
Oh, yeah. There's just a lot of...
I do wake up because there's a curve on the outside of my building, and they haven't, one of the windowsills just has just enough, it's a 3-inch wide...
we can live here?
...ellipse of space on the side of the building. And there'll be 40 pigeons all bumping each other along to try to stay on this tiny little thing. And it's near my bedroom window, so I do occasionally wake up to the... I can't really do that. Can you do
the sound of pigeons fucking?
Yeah, it's terrible.
I can do it, but that's more fun to listen to you do it.
It's as bad as my accents are. Yeah,
fair enough. Except we won't get complaints from pigeons.
No, well, you might. I don't know. They'd be coming in by pigeon.
By carrier myself.
Carrier pigeon.
Carrier me.
I wonder if the pigeons ever call their UPS guy and just be like,
guys,
right?
Where's my stuff?
Little help, right?
Hello?
They could totally help you out. The big story that broke today, actually, even though this will be coming out on Monday, the big story that maybe by Monday they will have already taken over Cuba, because they unsealed.
The news cycle moves fast.
They've unsealed. I don't know why it was sealed. I don't know why it was a secret, but they unsealed. It was probably because my guess is it might be an old indictment.
It just makes it sound more exciting to say that you unsealed something, like you took it out of an Egyptian tomb.
Well, what I found amazing is I happened to be watching the news when this story. They actually did the breaking news. They broke in on their programming. They always say breaking. It always says breaking news, whatever the hell they're talking about.
Indictment on a 30-year-old case.
Yeah, exactly.
Oh, finally.
But
it's keeping me up at night.
The two things that I found amazing, is they unsealed this. They did this, but then immediately, as it still says breaking news on the screen, they already have somebody to talk to. right? There's already an expert there who's talking about this. There's already somebody commenting from, he was like a relative of one of the people that was on the plane that was shot down. They've already got these people lined up. How breaking is this news? Somebody must have given them the heads up because they had time to line up guests before they actually broke the news.
Yeah, breaking news is no longer someone slipping you a piece of paper while you're trying to do the entertainment. Wait a minute, whoa, something just came in from the...
Yeah, it's not.
It's all lies.
I guess it's breaking for us, but not for them.
No, they just had to try and make it more exciting.
I just thought it was kind of BS because, I like the scramble to find somebody to talk to, and like of all the wonderful things about 9/11, the best one was probably the news coverage that day because they really stepped up, right?
Anytime there's anything happening live, like I watched Columbine live, and it was maybe the wrong choice of words, hilarious to listen to all the newscasters try and do color commentary when they had no idea what's going on.
Yeah, you're trying to fill dead air.
It's like, is that a dead teenager in the window? And,
and that's the problem is they only ever have like 3 pieces of information to actually give you, but they've got to make those 3 pieces of information last for the next 8 hours.
Yeah, Columbine was fun to watch. The OJ chase was fun to watch. My sister and I watched most of that.
But the great thing about the OJ chase was,
it was so slow.
But it kept on changing, right? Like he was rolling through different neighborhoods. There was all of a sudden there's people with signs. Then there was the speculation, where is he going? And then the answer to where he's going. Like it played out like a proper, it was Los Angeles, right? So they know how to properly produce television in Los Angeles for the purposes of even the live event stuff. They're good at it. But that was wonderful. And he got home as the sun went down. If he had gotten home 20 minutes later, they don't get that shot from the helicopter.
Like, can we reset? Everyone back to ones. Back to ones.
Right. And yet nobody thought that was a conspiracy.
No.
I mean, they thought it was a conspiracy that the police framed a man for killing his ex-wife. Yeah, because that's what the cops do. Dennis Miller's joke about it, I thought, was pretty appropriate, is that these are the same people that can't thin traffic after a Dodgers game.
Although, cool, Mark Furman died today.
Yes, yeah. Mark Furman died. Furman died. So I guess
sad racist cop is dead. Let's all raise a glass to Mark Furman.
What's really interesting about Mark Furman is that initially he kind of denied that he was in any way racist at any time. And then after the case, he kind of leaned into, well, yeah, I'm a racist cop, but why wouldn't you be a racist cop?
I just like the way my face looks in the hood.
Yeah. Well, he moved.
It's very slimming. Those robes are very slimming. And everyone looks good in a pointy hood.
I think he moved to Utah after that, after the OJ case.
Fit right in.
Well, yeah, but I mean.
Although he should have gone to Idaho. That's where all the.
But if you're going
to. That's where the Nazis are.
Oh, yeah, are they in Idaho?
Oh, yeah.
That makes sense. They're with the potatoes.
Yeah.
Right? They're out there in the mountains with the potatoes. Digging bunkers for tech billionaires. That's. I wonder how many times you can sell the same apocalypse bunker, like generationally.
Well, you don't want to.
Do you lease it?
You don't want
buy
60s technology in like a 2030 bunker.
I don't understand the point of surviving.
It's all going to be bar carts, and they're like, "Did we need all this? Why did we need all this gin?" I was like, "Well, we built it in the 60s.
No.
We didn't know."
You're going to want gin. You're going to want gin. Trust me. There's no better way to enjoy an afternoon of watching,
the world burn.
Savages maul each other than a couple of gin and tonics.
Fair enough.
Yeah, that's how you build.
enough.
That's how you build an empire. But yeah, so Raul Castro, 93 years old. My guess is this is all just about creating a legal pretext for them to, I guess, invade Cuba?
Yeah, I was trying to follow the money, because anytime something dumb happens, I'm like, okay, who is making money off of this? What is the point of doing this now?
Yeah, but Cuba's broke.
And there was a bunch of dumb stuff. They're like, oh, he's trying to get the Cuban-American vote. And I was like, I don't think Trump cares about votes.
No, not anymore.
I don't think he ever really cared.
Well, I think he cared about votes. I think he did a very good job of finding tiny little piles of votes.
You guys like walls?
And collecting.
Who doesn't love walls?
No tax on tips.
Yeah,
FDR is about getting a bunch of liberal moms to vote Republican because they believe in some kooky health ideas. That's what it's about. Bunch of yoga pants moms voting for, RFK knows what he's talking about. Look how fit he is.
It's not. The man sounds like he's talking into a fan at all times.
And but he sounds like a guy with a bad voice talking into a fan. He doesn't do,
Yeah.
Well, he has some disease that actually makes his voice go like that. And that's the problem.
The disease is I'm dumb.
I really hate it when someone has, for lack of a better phrase, a handicap that makes them really prime to ridicule them constantly, right? Because it's like an obvious thing about them. And then somehow our society now has decided that that's the wrong thing to do. I will say RFK, people are still really shitting on his voice, even though it's...
I mean, his voice is the best thing about him. Because the nice thing about RFK is you don't have to make fun of his voice because there's so much content in that voice to make fun of. So
I think that working out in jeans tells you everything you need to know about him.
I don't know what sort of human growth hormone or like bull testicle diet he's on.
It's like
It's like, do you want to look like leather when you're 60? I'm like, I don't know, dude. Do I want to look like that? Is that desperate? Are you the picture of health?
I can't decide if he... Well, also...
How much tanning should I be doing to not get skin cancer?
But that's what gets in the way of it, is the... You can't
it's the
really
jeans
tell
in the sauna and Kid Rock.
You can't really tell what he looks like because he's just, he's so brown. You know what I mean? You can't tell what's going on with the health of his skin because it's just all dark brown. Like the same thing with Trump. Although Trump isn't, like it's pancake makeup with Trump. It's literally like a circle.
They just do not put it far enough back. But no one cares. And he doesn't care. He's like, whatever. I never look at pictures of myself from the side. I'm like,
well, I don't think...
Good for you, sir.
Yeah, I don't think any of us know what Donald Trump actually looks like or should look like at this point.
I don't want to know.
Yeah, he's kind of like Tammy Faye in that, if you saw Tammy Faye without all of the to-do, she'd just be, some lady.
Well, yeah, I mean, if you see Oprah without makeup on, she is a monster.
Yeah.
And then with makeup on, she's a monster with makeup on.
Oprah's generally a monster.
Yeah, and Cher takes a week to look like Cher. She's like, if you want Cher somewhere, give me a week's notice. Because it's like it takes me a while to look like what you expect me to look like.
I imagine Cher without makeup would just kind of look like a sheet of loose leaf paper, like just a white sheet of paper.
She looks a lot like Eric Stoltz in Mask. A little bit. A little bit. Just enough.
This is more forehead than you're ready for.
Just a lot more forehead.
It's a lot more forehead than you're really prepared for. I was prepared for forehead. I wasn't prepared for that much forehead.
5 head to 6 head. We're getting up to 7 or 8s now.
Well, I just think, somebody should have let me in on it before I ordered all these hats.
Right?
Yeah. It just seems like a lot of forehead. I would like to see Dolly Parton without makeup because my guess is she'll still look like Dolly Parton.
She's another one, Richard. I'm like, I don't know if I would recognize... Like, if it wasn't for the breasts...
Well, the breasts and the wig.
Like, how many, 80-year-old women with just gigantic breasts? Like, if she had none of her stuff on, I would still be like, I don't know, this could be Dolly Parton.
That's the thing, though, is think of all of the women in the 80s who got their breasts done when they were in their 40s, right? Boobs are starting to head south. 1980s was prime time for, hey, you want a chest full of silicone. Those women are all like late 70s, almost 80 now. Head down to Florida, man. You'll see them. They look like a moccasin with a couple of tits attached to it. They do. Just a shiny little moccasin with bleach blonde hair and just a fabulous set of tits attached to a skin skeleton.
Oh, bless.
Yeah. Wonderful. But I think bad time to go on vacation in Cuba. Bad time to be in Cuba generally right now because Venezuela America cut off their Venezuelan gas supply.
What are we gonna do?
Well, that's the thing.
I'm curious what the next step is because I imagine they're gonna do another Venezuela, but I still don't understand. Where's the money?
I don't.
The mob.
That's the thing.
We were informed it was the mob.
I don't understand what America is demanding of Cuba.
No one does.
And that's the problem. right? Like, I don't know what they were demanding of Venezuela. They just kind of kidnapped Maduro and then just declared victory. Let the vice president take over and said, oh, no, everything's fine now.
Everything's fine now.
And they just don't want to talk about it. And I will say, credit to Donald Trump is that he keeps doing these giant world events that you'd think would require more than 8 hours of conversation about. And then he just fires up another thing.
Nope.
He's like, all right,
Move it
well, I'm
on.
going to invade Iran, but you know what? People are going to be really pissed off about me painting this reflecting
I'm going to distract
blue.
them with the reflecting pool.
It's genius. The reflecting pool got just as much time as the Iran war on the news.
Well, yeah, because people think Iran is make-believe, but they know the reflecting pond exists. They saw it in Forrest Gump.
Forrest Gump. Yeah. Jenny! And Jenny just ran right into it, eh?
Right into it.
She's a beatnik. She doesn't care about,
She did not care.
It's a public park. You shouldn't be running through that water.
One of my favorite, this is related to Forrest Gump. I watched the Martin Short documentary on...
Oh, Marty,
which
Life
was
is Short.
lovely. And him
is lovely.
and Forrest Gump just doing lines from Forrest Gump with each other.
Yeah.
Surpassed. Like, this made my day.
There is some very good home movies in that.
There's some wonderful home movies in there.
Yeah, and I certainly for me the so much of it kind of happening at his cottage in Muskoka.
Yeah. It's nice.
It just made him feel like, yeah, okay, he's not one of these Canadians who went to the States, made a huge success, and then decided, yeah, I'm Canadian when it comes time to like do a CBC Christmas special or something like that, and then beyond that, no, he still spends time up here.
Yeah.
Like his kids know Canada. That's also a big way to figure out if somebody's actually still Canadian, whether or not their kids are informed about Canada or if they're just American douchebags, like Gretzky's kids. Just a couple of bunch of
douchebags.
Just a
American douchebags.
bunch of trust fund American douches. Yeah, they're no good at all. So I would say comeback of the week this week got to be Ebola.
Yeah, I did
Right?
not see that coming.
I don't
Good
think,
for you, Ebola. Just when we think it's safe to eat diarrhea and lick someone's bloody tears, you're there to be like, hey, no, this might not be a wise idea.
I will say this, that Africa just can't catch a fucking break.
No.
There's no situation, there's no news you ever get out of Africa where it's like, joy discovered, right? Harmony found.
Happiness.
So it's, Ebola. And, there's like 600 cases now. Some guy in Canada is being tested because he went to East Africa. And
You fool.
yeah, it's never a good time to be in Africa or visiting Africa. It just seems tough.
I mean, if you have I had the colonial experience when I lived in Africa, so it was
That's
nice.
what I mean.
was
Like,
nice.
how horrible is it
pretty good.
that the French
it.
take over and colonize? I mean, how bad are things going for you when the French can colonize your country and your culture?
I mean, it was the
Belgium.
It was the Belgians who really, they're like, oh, you want atrocities. Why don't I chop off everyone's hands?
I think the Belgians understood that they were going to have a very, very short amount of time at the top of the pyramid when it came to world power.
They really went hard. They're like, nobody knows us for anything except mannequin piss, mule frites.
I guess it was just the miracle of the machine gun, the Gatling gun. That's kind of what let them run rampant through Africa.
Any gun. You show up
railroads
in
and
Africa
guns.
with even the world's oldest musket, and all the chiefs are like, well, what are you doing with that? Okay, and then you pack it in. All right, and then what happens? And then, okay, and then, oh, you killed Barry! Oh, I wouldn't have watched you do that for 20 minutes, but I knew you were going to kill Barry.
I was going to say for a second when you said Barry, I defy you to actually name an African guy named Barry. And then as that thought was formulating in my head, I was like, Barry Obama. He's from Kenya, right? There you go.
There you go.
Barry Obama. But yeah, Ebola's back. So wash your hands, everybody. Yeah. Make sure you wash your hands. And probably you don't want to be looking at Africans this week.
Yeah, not this week.
Not this week.
And hantavirus seems to be on the decline now.
That was also another
very short-lived
apocalyptic. I think the hantavirus people are still in lockdown.
They're still protesting the fact that they do not want to wear masks. There was another hantavirus. A bunch of people protesting something that is not happening. They're like, we're not doing this. I'm like, great. No one is. But we're not doing this. It's like, okay, see you next weekend, guys. They just need something to do on the weekend. They're just LARPing. They're just having some fun.
What bothers me is like oftentimes when I see people that are like that incredibly stupid, they like arrive at the protest in a Mercedes-Benz, and I think, how is it possible that someone so clearly, willfully ignorant of everything in every way?
They had a slip and fall, and a lawyer saw it and got them some money.
I got to slip and fall more often.
Yeah, I have too much balance. My equilibrium is just impeccable.
I got to shove a meat thermometer in my ear or something like that. Pop my eardrum. Yeah. And
do it.
I just need more displays to collapse on top of me. It reminds me I got to get out to Costco.
Be buried in Kirkland products.
I can think of worse fates than being buried in Kirkland products.
Well, as long as they keep bringing like samples to you. It's like, I'm going to be down here for a while.
I don't do the samples. I never do the samples at Costco. Mainly because I find them to be choke points of traffic.
Oh, I don't know.
Right, because usually they only have the samples out when it's like busy times, like Saturdays and whatnots, and it's already an annoying place to be at Costco on Saturday, right? Like, because people show up with their 4 kids and their nana, and they're treating it like it's the county fair. Hey, let's go buy chicken. So they're just, they're standing 4 wide in the aisle and they're wandering through. Look how tall these aisles are.
Do you have a card?
I do have a card.
Oh, there you go.
But I just like to work very efficiently at Costco. Now I don't do hard target. I will do the zigzag. I will cover the entire store. I don't like to miss anything.
You don't have a list. You have a list, but you are open-minded.
I have a list, but Costco's also one of those places where like there's a lot of things in the middle of the store.
I didn't know I needed the world's best croquet set, but the last time I was in Costco, I got a really nice croquet set, but that was also 20 years ago.
But if you went back the following week, no guarantee that the croquet set's going to be there, right? Like that's the thing.
I bought like 4 of them.
But there's a bunch of stuff like that I've walked into Costco not expecting to buy, and then I saw the product and I was like, oh, that is a useful product for my life. I have a cart, a collapsible cart that I use to take down to the parking garage. It's wonderful. It's heavy duty. It's heavy duty enough that I can get drunk. I feel like we get into the cart.
Like we're looking at it, but it's not actually there.
It is there. It is there from my angle.
Oh, there you go.
I can see the front. Well, you can't. You can barely see it because it's collapsible.
It's collapsed.
One of its wonderful features.
How wonderful!
Yeah, so it doesn't take up a lot of room in the apartment.
No, it certainly does not. I barely saw it.
But anyway, I find there's some things I will do the hard target at Costco. The grocery store, I will just go where I'm needed in the grocery store. Because if I wander through the grocery store, I will buy more than I need.
Just everything in the cart.
Yeah, I just,
I'm limited by what I can carry home. That's my...
Oh, yeah? That's smart.
Yeah, so I just go 3 or 4 times a day so I can just... Get on my treats. Well, get my snacks.
There is a convenience store in my building.
There is?
Yes, there's a convenience store in the basement of my building, and it's the. Fortunately, I'm cheap. If I wasn't cheap, I would live like a shut-in and just like I wouldn't have to go for things because I could get the off-brand equivalent from the convenience store.
They went to Costco and stocked up.
There is a lot of Costco merchandise in the convenience store in my building. Yeah. There's a lot of stuff where I think I would be paying 1/3 of what I'm paying right now if I was willing to get in my car.
But you'd be annoyed by all the families in Costco.
True. So and also it's it's like open at 11:00 p.m. on a Sunday night. It's I guess it's like an immigrant family, and God bless them because they're willing to work all the time.
Oh.
Yeah.
Love it.
I'll be working for them someday.
Yeah, we all will be.
We all will be. I wonder, though...
yes? What do you wonder?
Well, I'm wondering about Cuba. Everybody's already canceled all their vacations over the last few months. Like all the have they all been shut down, all the resorts?
I don't know, but it's probably a pretty good time to get some deals.
Yeah, I'm just wondering, would you vacation in a war zone?
I have, I have vacationed in war zones. I have been not necessarily war zones, although I was just on a plane in Angola while we heard the civil war happening, and we're just like, so we're just like picking people up and then we're taking off again. Is that what's going on? Because I can hear guns. So this is kind of weird.
Moderately disconcerting.
Yeah, and I was in Egypt like a week after a bunch of tourists got mowed down. But I'm like, what are the odds it's going to happen 2 weeks in a row?
I saw a thing about a guy that's what he did is whenever something happened, like a terrorist thing happened or whatever, a big event happened, he would go there afterwards because you'd get a good rate.
You get great rates. There's
you get
nobody
great rates
there.
on the hotel, and everybody has stepped up security.
They're also really happy to see you.
Yeah. Yeah, they're trying to prove that this isn't an everyday thing. But I also think like Tel Aviv in Israel has beaches and luxury hotels.
Yeah, Tel Aviv
it's a vacation
very
spot.
Western.
And, it's lived surrounded by war the entire time it's been there, pretty much. So I guess, people party no matter what's going on.
Not going on vacation to Tel Aviv. Have I been to Tel Aviv? No, I haven't been to Israel. I waved at Israel. We got like close to the border, and we're like, all right, we're going to stay on this side because it's cheap.
Yeah, I'm like that. Yeah, like I would rather drink in Quebec than Ontario and just look across the river in
like,
Ontario.
Hey guys, how's it going?
I can drink longer into the night, and it probably won't cost me as much to do it. And I find the French very, very...
better when you're drunk?
I do find them, they're certainly more tolerable. Certainly more tolerable when I'm drunk, but also I find that
They probably feel the same.
Better late-night drunken food options.
Steamies.
Yeah, steamies, but just everything. Like all of their... Like Montreal was one of the first cities where I lived on my own when I went to McGill. Ooh. And it was Vancouver... back in the day was terrible for late night food. Like it was just terrible. You couldn't get food delivered. But Montreal was like, even at 3 o'clock in the morning, there were multiple options as to food you could order. And this was pre, internet DoorDash, all of that kind of stuff. This was
more La Pizza.
Yeah, it was like Buddy's cousin driving all over town, dropping off club sandwiches and steamies. That used to be the thing. But it was also, I was going to McGill, right? So there was a whole industry of late night steamies, pizza, and club sandwiches.
Little. We did have a delivery service in Guelph that would like deliver beer and stuff. And that was the only way I could get beer when I first got there.
Really?
I was a baby. I was still 18. I was still a little baby.
Really?
But my roommate looked like a real man, so he never got ID'd.
Okay.
Like, you got a full beard, sir.
Yeah.
Or we could also ask someone else. We also had a lot of pizza. That was on our meal card. So it was. Oh, yeah. We were just constantly
ordering. They had like a pizza kiosk at the student union or something?
You would just call the pizza and be like, yeah, I'm paying with my meal card.
Really?
Yes. Oh. So much pizza.
Yeah, I remember...
Not great pizza, but lots of it.
Yeah, that's pizza. Yeah. Pizza. Well, their big thing early on was...
Twins. Buy one pizza, get another pizza.
It was
all in one box.
2 for 1, but the other big thing was that they were the first was like 30 minutes. They were going to get you your pizza in 30 minutes.
Domino's was the first. They were the ones that.
But in Canada. But this was before Domino's was really in Canada. Domino's used to be...
You got to avoid the night.
They were running red lights and crashing into school buses to get your fucking pizza. I just can't believe that
they used to do that. Like, it was a guy on the phone, half paying attention, writing down your address, and the pizza would still get to you. Yeah. We had nothing but a phone number and an address. And it would still get to you. Magic.
I don't know if it's magic so much as you're just asking the guy. I mean, the guy's there on the phone taking pizza orders all day. I imagine it's not a complicated process.
It's very complicated these days. The number of guys who can't find my apartment.
Oh, yeah. But
with the GPS.
But now you're dealing with people that don't know your neighborhood. You're dealing with people that are following instructions on a phone. I have to go outside and I have to wave at them so they'll come and... Yeah, but you're dealing with people that, see, it used to be when you ordered from your pizza place, they're only delivering within like 6 blocks of their pizza place. So the delivery guy who's been delivering pizza for him for the last 26 years. He knows every square inch of that delivery area. He knows exactly who he's, like, I don't know if you've ever lived somewhere where the same guy's been delivering your food for a while.
No.
No?
No.
I have one of the places that I order from on Skip the Dishes does their own delivery. And that's what it is. It feels very old school. It's like I think he's the owner, or he's like the owner's brother-in-law. He's an older guy, and it's the same guy every time, which is nice because I get the feeling that I'm supporting a small business. But also, it's creepy because this guy knows all of the garbage I'm eating. Right? I feel like he has too clear a view into my secret binge eating.
He's not a doctor. It's not like he's like, oh, this guy ordered too much.
No, but I still worry that
I'm going to take a slice out.
That the judgment I'm passing on myself, others are also passing on me. Right? Like
yes, paranoid self-esteem.
That's an excellent way of putting it. That's an excellent way of putting it. Yes, I'm so self-involved that I believe everyone is thinking about me, but I also believe that they're all thinking bad things about me. Wow, that is an insight.
There you go. That's your next album title.
Into the terrorizing nature of my existence. Oh, I noticed this.
What? What did you notice?
This was I just thought it was both kind of funny and amusing in its own little ways. Donald Trump made a big hoo-ha about his trip to China.
Yes, and then Putin went and got exactly the same. I thought it was all AI. I was like, these are the same kids waving in exactly the same way.
Not only did he get the same, grand spectac or whatever level of spectac they got, Putin actually signed a bunch of trade deals. Like he didn't get the big deal that he wanted. He wanted some big deal on
big pipeline.
Yeah, I think it was a pipeline deal or something like that, a gas deal. But he did get a bunch of, agreements and deals on all sorts of other things. Trump didn't get fucking bupkis.
No, he got nothing.
He showed up and then went to a dinner where he didn't eat anything.
Yeah, he's like, this is weird. Do you have any McDonald's?
That's what you want to do. Hey, you gotta invite this guy over. Yeah. You got to put on the whole big grand spectacle. You got to send the school kids down with their waving flags and their matching outfits. You invite him, you bring a special chair in to make him look short, sitting next to you. Right? I thought that's my favorite part. My favorite part of the whole thing was
diplomatic shade.
Was Xi and Trump sitting in the chairs, and Xi's chair, obviously, like his ass, because that's how you judge those, is you look at the hips, not the shoulders. And Xi's ass is easily 4 inches higher than Trump's ass. Like it's a notable. It's like he's got an extra hidden something going on.
He's probably sitting on a person. He's sitting on a dissident.
No, it's that when Xi sits on his cushion, it doesn't sink at all. And Trump sits on his cushion, and it sinks like it's supposed to. It's just that his is a brick. It's not an actual cushion. But what it actually reminded me of is every single week on Real Time with Bill Maher, he does the first interview where it's just a one-on-one. And he has the exact same situation with the stools. His chair, the cushion on it, pushes his ass like an extra 3 inches into the air. His feet are almost dangling. Bill Maher.
That is sad. You still watch Bill Maher? I didn't think anyone did.
It's really the only thing on at that time on Friday.
Oh, you know what else is on? Like my eyelids. Like I would rather just close my eyes and look at nothing.
The main reason I watch Bill Maher is because there aren't a lot of people doing what he does.
Being irrelevant and out of touch?
No, but
still a white man.
Talking to politicians and authors and media people about, there's CNN and Fox and all of them are all full of these panel shows. Yeah, but the panel shows are basically talking head A and talking head B, and one's going to always agree, one's going to always disagree, and they're just fucking screaming at each other. I will say Maher, because of the context of his show, occasionally he gets an honest thought out of dishonest brokers.
Okay.
And so I like that. And it's
just more for the guests than for him.
I've always kind of found him annoying. The main thing that I don't care for with Bill Maher is that he talks a lot about what he doesn't like. And I don't like that in any comedy act. I don't want to hear about all the things about the world that are miserable. I would much rather you tell me about what you do enjoy and what brings you joy.
Let's have some fun. Yeah, he's also not nearly as smart as he thinks he is, which is always very annoying.
Yeah, but he's also, he's living in America, so it's he's
The bar is low.
I'm sure he's got people telling him every week that he needs to dumb down his show if he wants a larger market share.
It's true. It's worked for Rogan.
It doesn't. I mean, Rogan is. He started on Fear Factor. People are eating fucking bugs for money, and he has not gone higher from there.
No, for me, he peaked on news radio.
He did peak on news radio.
That was where I liked it the most.
Yeah, that was a wonderful show, and what a great gig.
Yeah.
What a great gig.
For an untalented man. Wonderful.
But not just
got
that.
Stuck with him for the rest of his life.
Every episode you got like 3 one-liners and you're out.
Yeah. Perfect.
That is the dream gig in Hollywood. Network show, in syndication, back end
Give
money.
me a catchphrase, I will come in and say it, and then I will fuck right off.
And you've got enough lines in every episode to be considered like part of the show.
Yeah.
Oh, that's the dream.
Yeah, Joe Rogan is my co-pilot in life.
Is he? I don't know.
Yeah, I'm trying to emulate him as much as possible. But I also
was-
hate it, so it's not going very well.
Well, he must
I
have been.
resist it constantly.
He must have been very popular at NBC for a very long time. He was on NBC for a very, I think News Radio was an NBC show
think
too.
so.
Yeah, Phil Hartman. That makes sense. Yeah, and Fear Factor was an NBC thing. I'm sure they wish they'd gotten in on the podcast thing with him too. Yeah, there you
Oops. Who knew podcasts were going to be a thing?
go. I think. I think what's the thing that podcasts have shown is that production quality is not involved in content.
That's what TikTok has shown us.
Yeah, it's that. Well, the level of production quality kind of seems like entry level, and then all right, you can try to win an Oscar, or, win some sort of award or something, but that's. It's a level. It's a level.
We can't win awards until there's some sort of neon sign in the background. There has to be a neon sign, and there has to be a plant.
Do we need a plant? Yeah, I have been thinking about getting I don't know, but do we need a real plant, or do we need an artificial plant?
No, an artificial one we can dust.
And dust. Now, what kind of plant do you think? You thinking of ficus? Yeah, I'm very good at keeping plants alive.
Are you? That's why
I've kept marijuana plants alive. I've kept aloe vera plants alive.
That's not a plant. That is a crop.
I've also kept a ficus alive, an IKEA ficus, which is like a $20 ficus. Yeah. I kept it alive for 3 years, which probably is a worldwide record for an IKEA ficus.
And the lifespan of an actual ficus, 2,000 years.
Yeah, but not in an apartment with a bunch of people smoking weed all day long, right?
I don't know.
The fact that ficus lived 3 years.
I'm questioning the greenness of your thumbs.
Taste it.
Dirt tastes like dirt.
Tastes like chlorophyll. That's what it tastes like. Tastes like chlorophyll. Like that extra gum that makes everything green in your mouth.
Tastes like a slime mold.
What was the Clorettes? Remember that? Are they still make Clorettes?
I don't know.
Clorettes was
I'm a little unplugged from the gum and mint scene.
They were the first candy that declared themselves like a breath agent.
Yeah.
Right? No, we're dealing with bad breath. We're going to corner the market on bad breath.
We don't taste good.
And then Lifesavers was like, yeah, peppermint. And then so much for Clorettes.
Window green.
Well, that was their big thing. I remember when it was smoker's breath. That's how I became aware of it. Is the Clorettes.
Smoker's breath and ring around the collar were both
ring around the collar
things to deal with in the 80s.
I remember ring around the collar. Yeah.
Thankfully, we beat it.
Did we?
I think so. They don't talk about it anymore.
Spray and wash people. I don't think anybody wears collared shirts anymore. That's the thing. Nobody cares about. I mean, if your shirt gets a permanent stain on it, you just throw it out and buy another $5 shirt nowadays.
Just ship it to Ghana.
Well, it used to be everybody had like one set of clothes, or 2 sets.
One for Sunday. One for
best.
You
had your Sunday best, and then you had your work clothes, and then you might have something else. Like maybe some summertime clothes or something.
Weekend clothes.
Well, Dad's got his shorts on.
Lawn mowing clothes.
Did your dad ever have some those are Dad's whatever, like the particular item of clothing that everybody made fun of on him?
He did have a weird terry cloth skirt. like a post
Skirt.
a post shower like towel skirt.
Oh, it was like a towel, like a terry cloth wrap.
Yeah, but just for the waist. So
Yeah. But it's like a towel that with a clip.
yeah.
Yeah. It's like so you don't have to wrap the towel around you. You just wrap this thing around you and.
But then
clip
what
it.
are you doing? Are you drying off the rest of your body, or are you just hanging out in your skirt all day?
I think that's what it was about. It was this the 70s? That would check out for about the time frame.
Absolutely.
I think it was just I think the material terry cloth I think really took off in the 70s because it kind of was everywhere. You had wristbands made out of it, headbands made out of it, those shower skirts, bathrobes, and then, of course, towels themselves. But I think it was all a big push from Big Towel.
From Big Terry.
From Big Terry. Yeah, exactly. Hulk Hogan died. Big Terry. Speaking of Big Terry.
Terry Bollea.
Yeah. I actually found out that Hulk Hogan died when I saw that they had put a documentary on him. Netflix about it. I was like, what? He died?
Like, I'm not watching this. Yeah, he died last year.
Yeah, but I
you didn't watch my obituaries? You didn't watch... Me and Wilma Fingerdew, my drag mom, we do annual obituaries. And we basically talk about who died that we were happy about.
Were you happy that the Hulkster?
I mean, he was part of my childhood, but he also was not a great person, so, nostalgic, but also I wasn't friends with him, so I don't really care.
Yeah, it's the thing. It's the tough thing is in order to kind of be a legendary person, I think you not only have to be, right place, right time, a few things go your way. I think there also needs to be a whole bunch of stuff about you that people find out about later.
Well, I mean, we knew about his stuff while he was alive. At least he's no Jimmy Savile, or like...
Oh, yeah.
It wasn't... Not that loads of people weren't like, this guy's a creep the whole time. But it wasn't until he died that they were like, no, he actually was a terrible, terrible monster.
Well, I don't think Hulk Hogan was necessarily
he wasn't
Jimmy
a
Savile
monster.
or anything
He was just
like that. He was just kind of a,
just kind of a, what you would expect a roided out,
highly successful,
successful weirdo to be.
Well, a celebrity,
no talent,
really. He had talent. I would not. You're picking fights with people you don't need to pick fights with there. Hulk Hogan had an amazing talent as a showman.
He was, yeah. It was all lost on me.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, it was, but also keep in mind that it was for kids, and the problem is
a kid.
Anything. Yeah, but anything
I
you
used to
love
watch
as a
the
kid,
wrestling cartoon.
as you get older, you start to realize you see it through adult eyes instead of kid eyes, and all of a sudden it doesn't. It's just not the same thing.
It was not the same.
Yeah, it's like going back. I went back and watched Big Trouble in Little China a little while ago. Have you seen that?
I have seen that. Does it hold up, or is it just weirdly, not so weirdly racist entire way through?
I think when it first came out, I was young enough that I could just watch it. And then maybe 10 years later, right, when it was out on videotape, or it was on like Saturday at 2 o'clock in the afternoon on television, I could smoke a joint and watch it and be entertained.
I'm like, this is different now.
Now I'm considerably older, and I think to properly enjoy it, I'd probably have to eat a full ounce of mushrooms to properly enjoy it.
Tiny lobotomy.
Just because it just doesn't hold up in the same way anymore. The kitsch isn't as kitsch.
The problem with a lot of nostalgia is unless you exposed yourself to it constantly since you were a child, you can't, like... Suddenly going back like 40 years, you're like, oh no,
yeah.
why did I like? But if you've been watching it every 2 years the entire time, it's not as jarring when you go back to it. But
yeah, you have to jump into the lake once a year so it doesn't kill you.
I mean, like, this is fine. This is good. This is good.
This is good. Okay, so your big thing that you found on the internet this week, I've been saving this, but I've been excited about it because we just got the one-word title.
Yeah, Ballmaxing.
Ballmaxing.
That was the last week's viral moment on the internet. Was all these doctors being like, "Hey, you should probably not do that." Are you familiar with the concept of looks maxing?
Yes. Now, I did kind of figure that this was obviously
like an incel manosphere.
Well, I just figured it was the maxing thing. The maxing thing seems to be kind of the great grandchild of metrosexual.
No, it's where metrosexual and incel culture meet.
Yeah.
Essentially, Yeah,
Okay.
I realized I did a deep dive on incel culture, and I was quite disturbed by how much.
They have a culture now? I just thought it was
Yeah,
a bunch
yeah.
of kids that couldn't get laid.
No, the amount of terminology from incel, like
I guess if you're
stuff
not
that is
getting laid, you got a lot of
oozed.
free time to come up with lingo.
It's not good. So yeah, looks maxing is basically like I want to look hot, and so
I want to look hot.
I want to look hot.
All right,
I
that's a
wanna
good
look
goal.
Ball maxing is I want to look hot by having gigantic balls. It is guys are injecting.
So the thought is, if
women
my
love
testicles,
huge balls.
my testicles are large,
I am hotter.
that is a good thing.
And if they're big, I am the most giga of giga chads.
Really?
Yeah. So
See, now-
so
now
saline
don't you run
or
into
surgical
the-
lube.
But don't you run in, and they're injecting into
Into their, I think into their
the
scrotum
scrotum.
rather than into their testicles.
so
Just
it's
that
more
would
of a,
that would
more of
really
a
sting.
big bag thing than
It's
a
a
big
really
ball
like
thing.
big scrotum. You can also get Botox on your scrotum. Scrotox. If you were concerned about how
Scrotox.
wrinkled,
Hang on.
because I know
Let me
people have been
s-
talking about how wrinkled your scrotum is.
Let me savor
But
the
if you
moment
wanted to
of Scrotox.
Scrotox.
Just let's not blow by that. Let's just savor the moment of Scrotox.
Well, they're also marketing it as like Brotox. It's like
Well,
Botox
and
for
it's
bros.
bro anything. Bro anything is
It's like Brotox.
bro's just a
Scrotox.
way to get. If you don't have a girlfriend to spend money on, how about some
your bro?
saline in your scrotum?
Yeah, and then your bros can be like,
A
"This
question:
is very attractive."
What is the goal of Scrotox? A non-wrinkly
smooth-
bag.
Yeah.
But I always thought that the wrinkles in your bag were that was temperature control.
Yeah. You've got two sets of
So-
muscles. You've got your scrotal muscles that are moving things around, and then you've got these muscles that move your testicles up and down.
Okay, your hand gestures
like
are
that?
confusing me.
And then you got my hand right under there.
All right, just get
making
right
sure
in
they're
there.
okay.
Get right in there. All right.
Yeah, cremasters,
Is it weird that
dartos. I know all
that
those
I could
names.
feel your fingers when you did that?
I
That's-
mean,
yeah.
one of these hands is fake.
Oh,
That is
wonderful.
my secret.
That is
I always
disturbingly
look like
wonderful.
I've got two arms,
Yeah.
but one of them is all that's fake.
That was when I figured out that the magician's hand on the when they're holding up the little curtain with two hands, right, and they drop and that the other hand was fake.
What?
Man, that was,
You ruined all magic shows for me for all time.
That was the best and worst magic show I'd ever been to. That the magician was shitty enough that I was able to spot things, made me feel
Wait a
wonderful. Also, kind of took some of the magic out of the magic show.
Yeah, no, I did my first soft seat theater opening spot was for an illusionist, and he was terrible. So I now know.
Does it bother you
how
as
90% of the illusions are done?
Does it bother you as a comedian when we
When
like
we're
you've
put on
got
par with magic? Yes.
Yeah. Well, not just that we're put on par with magic, because to be put on par would be a step up.
That's
Because
true.
generally speaking,
We're not respected.
we're the opening act for someone who's managed to sell usually a fairly large number of tickets
You're not managed.
for a show.
Yeah.
That is not. I mean, it's.
I was excited to do the show, but the audience was very split, and either they liked me or they liked him. And since he papered the room and most of the people knew him, it was a tough road for me to hoe.
Oh yeah, that's like it's like opening for a lot of people. There's some audiences I find that are like they're okay with, all right, I want to enjoy the whole show. I will watch the opening act and enjoy the whole show. And there are other people that are looking at their watch and tapping their foot, waiting for you to get the fuck out of town.
And then there's one little old lady yelling, "Stop it! That's enough!" Which is, to date, one of my favorite heckles I've ever received.
Stop it.
Stop
That's
it.
Enough.
That's enough. Yep. Didn't like my gay Jesus jokes.
I think I got that going down on a girl late night once.
Yeah, it's like, you can stop anytime.
I've been tapped out. All right. Why don't you just go to bed?
Why don't you just...
You're drunk and you feel obligated. Right? So, yeah, just wrap it up.
Just like, I thought I was hungry, but
I was hungry. That was the problem. That's why I was still down
this is
there.
not satisfying me. This
Well,
is not filling.
I happened to be in Windsor, and Windsor does not have as many late night food tastings as Montreal.
No. So you're like,
Although they
this-
used to have the tunnel barbecue, which was awesome, but the tunnel barbecue is no more. So really, there's really no reason to ever go back to Windsor again.
Okay, perfect.
That used to be my favorite thing to do: go to a comedy show, hit the $1 Million, the strip joint, hit the casino for a brief period, back to the hotel with some tunnel barbecue, and then just sauce it up.
Is that what you call
sleep
her?
till dawn. No. Oh, no. That was,
I think I went to Windsor. I did go see a comedy show. I wasn't in one. I went to see Lisa Lampanelli. Me and Julia Latkowitz.
Yeah.
Went to watch Lisa Lampanelli because
At the
Julia won
casino?
some tickets. Yeah.
was it a good show?
It was really good because
Yeah.
we were sitting in the front row and she immediately focused on. There was a meet and greet beforehand, and we both had the same idea. It's like, oh well. Yeah, we're comics, so we're gonna go meet her as peers. No. It was like 100 people meeting group. We're like, oh, okay, well.
Yeah, she's contractually obligated to shake 100
It's like,
people's hands.
people paid for this experience. And then we were sitting in the front row, and she immediately glommed on us, and then got distracted because there were a bunch of gays. I was like, yeah, go talk to them.
Yeah, there you go.
Yeah, we're happy to sit up front. We're happy to play along, but also
She did something that is highly unusual and irregular in comedy. She's retired.
has she retired completely?
She actually
That's why
retired.
the roasts aren't as good.
But that she actually decided that she
It's like,
wasn't
I'm good.
enjoying it in the way that she was. She had made enough money. She had been very smart with her money. She said she was lucky. Her mom was like a Depression era mom, so her mom got her to save her money for her whole career. She's had a very deep career despite people kind of only knowing her from roasts.
She was great.
And she's genuinely just retired. I mean,
My favorite part of roast that she was
I don't know any
involved with
comic
is
that's
her,
ever done that.
like Lisa Lampanelli laughing so hard when someone's joke that she clearly wrote for them has just died.
Yeah.
And she just had so much joy
yeah.
that it didn't work.
Or it's a joke that someone changed, and then the change didn't work, and that's why she's laughing. I mean,
I'm laughing at you.
there's always if you ever happen to be, this is a good one for the audience. If you ever happen to be at a comedy show, and there's always a situation where one person laughs at a joke that a comedian does.
Yes.
And I always tell that person, whenever it happens at my show, I always tell that person, don't feel bad. Everyone else failed. You're the one that won. I wanted everybody to laugh at that joke, and you happen to be the only one that laughed at it. You won that joke. Everybody else is a terrible person. You are a wonderful person. So don't feel bad about it. All the rest of you should be feeling bad. Why did that person get the joke? Because he's a better person than you.
That's
why
he's a
he got the
smarter
joke.
person than you.
Exactly.
I have a couple of jokes like that. It was like,
But
this
usually,
is for
like
three
at a,
people.
if you hear it at a club, and you hear like in the back corner when a joke just dies, you hear like two people laughing. Those are the comedian's friends.
Yes.
Who like have probably had a long conversation with the comedian about this particular joke, right? Either positive or negative. I mean, I've had conversations with comics where I've asked them, "Why do you keep doing that joke? It never works." And they're like, "I don't know, man. I like it." They just like the way the words sound coming out of their
I've
mouths.
had that where I'm like, but this joke worked once, so I'm just gonna keep trying to figure out if it'll work again. I've been obstinate with some jokes. I'm like, this joke should be getting a good reaction.
Yeah, I've got some very low percentage jokes that I enjoy telling.
And sometimes it's just the room. You're like, all right, is this a smart room? I'm going to try this joke. It's like,
That's
no,
true.
this room is dumber than I thought it was.
I have a few jokes that I use as a barometer.
Especially when I'm hosting.
Yeah.
I'm like, all right, let's do something slightly smart. No, okay, let's steer away from that. Let's do something slightly dirty. Oh, you like that? Okay,
Yeah,
that's what you want.
I do the exact same thing when I'm hosting a show. Is I try to do, usually in the first 10 minutes, I like to do something clever, something clean, something dirty, and something that could elicit a groan. Right, just something that pushes a little bit, even if it's just something really quick, just to see if you're good, what level of hey, easy fella, you're going to get out of the audience, right? Because the audience will tell you where their limits are, and if you can find those out within the first few minutes, then you're golden.
Then you got more room to play around.
Well, I always treat hosting a show now as if the headliner is watching, I'm giving them everything they should need to know about what they're dealing with.
Big if.
It makes a huge difference.
Huge difference.
It's like I always whenever I'm headlining, which is usually almost always because I'm
He's
old.
that guy.
I'm old and I work with a lot of people that aren't very talented.
There you go. That's how you become a headliner in Canada.
Patience.
Just
maybe own a car.
I cannot emphasize the importance of a car.
Yes.
That was probably the best thing for my comedy
petrol
career.
points.
early on. It's like, oh, he's got carbs. Like, yes.
Yeah. The headliners lift. Yeah.
Here's your new middle.
I believe that's how Dane Cook got his start. It's the headliners lift. I think that might be all we have this week. I don't know where we're at. We're pretty close here.
I feel like we briefly touched on some topics and then immediately scurried away from them. It's my favorite thing to do.
What is the thing that we should have talked about more?
I have no idea. Everything, almost every topic. But that is not our style. Our style is not. We're not a deep dive podcast.
Well, what it is,
we're an easily distracted. What is it? What's over there?
Happily
That's
distracted.
Us. Happily distracted.
Happily distracted.
Yeah.
Because but see, that's the thing is I love that as an idea, but we need to, what is the explainer line for that for the show? Is headlines and then tangents?
Yeah, headlines and tangents.
Headlines and tangents? All right, I'm going to jot that down. That's actually pretty good. Headlines and tangents. Exactly. Because we always need to, you need to be able to...
We're going to do an elevator pitch.
Yeah, the elevator pitch. Exactly. Do they still do those? The elevator pitch? I guess it's just the 2-minute pitch. That's the idea. It's just, I guess,
you just send someone a TikTok.
It can't even be 2 minutes. An elevator pitch has got to be like 30 seconds. How long are you in an elevator for?
I mean, if you get stuck, you can do quite a long pitch.
Well, then you can do the elevator novella.
I mean, although the last time I was stuck in an elevator, I was all by myself.
Oh, that sucks.
Which was so boring.
Do you remember the first time you got stuck in an elevator?
That was the only time. Oh, that's a lie.
I've been stuck a bunch of times. I get stuck for 3 hours when I was supposed to be on my way to a gig once, and that was a nightmare in my apartment building. I got to the gig, but I was like an hour late for the gig. I was supposed to be hosting, and I ended up closing. It was one of the few ways I was able to headline.
That's another way you can headline in comedy.
Just show up late.
Yeah, just get stuck in an elevator.
The first time I was in university, and I was in Molson Hall, which was my residence.
Were people jumping in the elevator?
No, I went down to the lobby, which was where you could buy beer. It was just like a beer storage room, and there was a guy that was and I bought a case of beer. Got into the elevator, me and a buddy of mine, and we were on our way to go back up to my room to start drinking the beer, and the elevator stopped.
Like, at least we have all this beer.
And so we just sat there and talked on the phone, and the guy's like, oh, somebody will come and blah blah blah. We were stuck there for a couple hours drinking beer, and then soon after, peeing into empty beer bottles.
That's perfect.
Not necessarily, because then the game became we had to
how big is my bladder?
Exactly.
And how big is this
you have to start drinking beers to make room for the pee rather than drinking beers to enjoy them. That was what it became.
I peed in many a beer bottle. That was the urinal of choice on family road trips when I was
beer bottles?
Young. Yeah.
I find the beer bottle doesn't have I need a larger top. Like I need a juice.
It's like a 3-year-old.
Juice lid.
I'm glad I don't remember any of this, but apparently my sisters used to fight over who got to aim me into the beer bottle. Because why would we stop? So someone could have a pee. No, let's just have some trauma that I can repress. And that is why I'm gay.
Well, we'll add it to the list anyway.
I mean, there's a lot of reasons.
There's a lot of reasons.
It's definitely not.
But that's certainly up there.
Yeah, not born that way. Just
not born that way.
Poor decisions.
Hashtag not born that way.
Not born that way.
Suck on it, Lady Gaga.
Is a choice. Hashtag doing it to annoy you.
Yeah, exactly.
Hashtag groomer.
All right, let's see if we can fill up the comments section.
All right, I think that'll get a lot of attention.
Hashtag groomer.
I mean, Pride Month is coming, so there's a lot more
exactly.
Just casual homophobia on Facebook.
Is
You're
there?
like, where'd all the homophobia go? It's on Facebook. Guys.
Is that where it is?
It never left.
I don't...
Yeah, it's hilarious. Just a lot of me laughing at people's posts. I'm like...
Yeah, I don't understand
Bible quote, laugh. Yeah, it's quite dumb.
It's incredible how long they've managed to maintain, gay people as an other.
Yeah.
Right? Like it's
great.
Well,
all the youngins who are like, what? People don't like us now? It's like, it's way better when people don't like us. It's way more fun. We have way more fun when people don't like us.
I would think, yeah.
That's where all the good stuff is.
Being an outcast is more fun, I would think.
That's great.
You don't want to be part of the big pile of everybody.
No.
All right.
Boring. Come to the dark side.
that's where we will be. Until next week, we'll be firmly planted on the dark
We'll
side.
be on the dark side. And where can they find us?
Oh, well, they can find us. Individually. They can find Mr. Ted Morris. Sorry, Dr. Ted Morris. At Dr. Ted Morris, right? You can find me at Chuck B. Jokes.
That's where you can find it.
You can find the podcast at Preparing to Podcast on YouTube and Instagram and the tickety-tockety talk-talk-tick. And other than that, you can just generally find us out and about.
Yeah, we're just wandering around looking for snacks.
I like to go outside, now that the weather's getting nice. Yeah. Maybe see if I can find a fluffy dog. I like fluffy dogs.